Here in Nigeria, there's this bias that betting has some negative. It's a vice. Let me use it. That betting is a vice. What do you think about that? Do you agree with them, or you don't agree with them?
Yes and no. It always depends how you get your players in the shops, and maybe if the players don't get paid on time when they had a big winning, I think it's negative. In theory, it's always people saying that gambling is negative, but in the end of the day, the guy is deciding from himself if he want to gamble. And the good thing, for example, on sports betting, compared to casino or to live games, for example, is that he has a real chance to win, because still, and we see it in European markets, that betting companies get a lot of trouble with well-experienced players. Players, they do it professional. It means they take their time, they study the teams, they know who's injured, they know how important the game for this team is, or maybe they have a cup final the next week or whatever. So I would say it's a fair chance to win. It's maybe not the best thing if you go for 20 accumulators and believe you get millions, but people who are focused on a few games and they really believe they know and the skills have a real chance to win. It's a situation where there is nothing against him. On a casino game, he play against an RNG. Here he play with his skills.
One question I want to ask. Globally, we've observed that betting companies are getting more involved in sponsoring live sport events. Sometimes they get involved from the area of branding, some is direct sponsorship. Right now, we are not seeing that in Nigeria. What will you advocate?
You know, the problem is that even me as a virtual operator, actually the biggest in Nigeria with an 85% market presence, we know, for example, that Nigerian, especially Africans, they love the Premier League. They see people from the slums in Africa or from poor places, they went up and they became famous players, and lots of them are playing in the EPL. Also, don't take me wrong, if you see the international football leagues like Serie A, Bundesliga, EPL, La Liga in Spain, are very professional leagues. It's very, very difficult for corruption. It's very difficult to fix games. And there was a very bad history in Nigeria that it was a little bit easier because the teams maybe not on this professional state to fix it. So if you want to be on a brand where you know you don't catch, for example, only the Lagos players who like this Lagos team, you go for the famous EPL teams because it's actually the brands people are looking for.
I know there are betting companies like Williams Hill, companies like, let's see, Ladbrokes, I think 888.com. They tend to invest in other sports other than football. But somehow, here I think the focus is just football. Is it just because of the crowd? Is there a possibility that betting companies can grow other sports with the objective that they can benefit from the popularity of those sports?
It always depends where you work. If you work as a local operator, for example, you go to Nigeria, I guess football is the biggest market by far. But then you go on other areas, for example, in Canada, I just been there, and they're telling you that soccer, our football, called soccer, is maybe 3% on their whole betting volume. But you have American football, you have baseball, you have ice hockey, which is much more popular. So you have to sponsor in these teams if you want to be successful in Canada. Then you go to India, you see that cricket is much more successful. We Europeans don't understand cricket, they love the cricket. You go in Philippines, you see that they like more basketball than football. So if you want to be a global leader, you have to understand the markets you want to penetrate, and you have to understand what they like to play. And these big companies like William Hill, they do statistics, they know exactly where the traffic comes from, and they make really tactical moves when they go for sponsorships.
Now, in Nigeria, when you, homogeneity, just one sport, like you have said, one sport, everybody goes into that sport. But there are many other sports that can be developed, and if they are developed, the market is so huge. Don't you think the betting companies are shooting themselves on the foot if they concentrate only in the current advantage without looking at a bigger picture, that there's also a big advantage in the future? Like I remember 25 years ago, darts was not a popular sport in UK, especially televised darts was not a popular sport in the UK. But today, darts is the second most watched sport in the UK and it's a big betting market. What will you advocate for those, especially those operators in Nigeria?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't believe that ice hockey will be popular ever in Nigeria or the winter sports. Not joking. Look, I don't believe that the betting industry is the power to make sports betting different areas popular. Actually, it's the TV stations. They decide internal where they give the rights, what they show on the best time, and these things. For example, if Austria, a small country where I'm from, it's skiing in the winter because it's one of the sports we are really good at it. Then you have football because soccer is everywhere important and we always try to be better than the others. But then our sports are like American football or other things where we have a lot of people on the field to watch the games. But on the other hand, they don't get the best time on the TV station. If you don't get the best time in the TV station, betting companies know not all the people gonna see it. So why I should sponsor it? So I think it's more important for the associations to bring these sports up and find the TV contracts that they go with you and you can show it, and then the betting companies will follow.
Oh, so you are saying TV first, the betting companies follow, or is it the betting companies first, then TV will follow?
I think TV was before betting, and I strongly believe people only bet on something which they know and they start to understand. If you want to start to understand something, you have to study. If you want to study it, you have to see it. And the TV is actually the tool to see something.
Okay, now let us give a general opinion, because I know you are one of the biggest players when it comes to betting in Nigeria, especially visual sports, visual betting games. Mm-hmm. How big is the market?
The market is very big. Thank you.
You're making a lot of money.
No, I'm happy that my clients make some money. If they are happy, I'm happy.